Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 151st episode of the Geek First podcast, where we don't love mums. Oh wait, we don't kill mums, but we love them.
Wow, you fucked that one up.
I did.
You said the one thing you were like in your head. You're like, I can't say that. I can't say that.
It's actually in my notes.
Said it.
Yeah. So I am Mrs. Voorhees' baby boy. Trust now. Happy Friday the 13th to everyone watching live.
Happy.
I'm the last Taylor Field.
Oh my god.
Wow. Hey, that's pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You're not the last
Taylor
Taylor Field.
I'm the last, unless I name my kids Taylor Field. If someone else thinks, Taylor Field is a good name to name my kids.
Everyone would probably just name some of the...
Out of all your names, I think that one was directly in the middle of it. Quality-wise.
I'll take that. That's good.
Yeah, you guys are going on. I'm going to talk about a Facebook search here and see if I can find another Taylor Field.
You'll find the football field.
Okay.
Before you find another person named Taylor Field.
I'm the strangest thing, Tyler Briggs.
You know what? I don't think anyone's used that before.
No.
And I'm the Tinkerer of Terror, Dylan Less.
Well, before we get into those, we have housekeeping. Well, Taylor might be right. At least on Facebook.
Taylor Fielding, whoever that is. Fielding.
Oh, there's a girl named Taylor Field. There's actually all the people are. There's like 7 different people named Taylor Field, but they're all girls.
Younger than Taylor.
Yeah. So you're.
I think Taylor is more traditionally a female name than it is a male name.
Unfortunately, it is.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter.
Nothing wrong with that. Makes you unique, a special flower.
Mm-hmm.
A special flower.
That needs to be deflowered by somebody.
Yeah,
before we get into whatever, I was talking to Taylor.
Taylor's like, yeah, baby.
I was talking to Taylor in the car, and he was talking about. So he's a
right.
person that buys special ringtones for all these different people and
buy
text tones.
them.
Yeah, he does actually buy them and text tones. So for his girlfriend, he has Obi-Wan, and his mommy has Cartman or something. Yeah. And I asked how many of these do you have? And I'm doing the math in my head. He doesn't have any for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys never text me. Travis barely texts me.
We didn't know you had a fucking phone.
You guys,
I don't know. I definitely have texted you before.
You'll message me on Facebook or whatever, and I'll text you. And we're like, I messaged you on Facebook, and I'm like, well, I'm not on your internet, so I'm texting you.
I only text if it's emergency, I really need to know something, which I think is valued, But housekeeping, if you're watching live.
Anyway, no, quickly, you can get those for free. So
how do you get them for free?
He pays a guy.
You pay a guy?
That's so sketchy. You pay a guy.
Yeah.
Do you actually?
No, yeah.
No,
I have an app called Zedge where you can just download thousands of ringtones.
I think I have an app called
and
Free
text tones.
Ringtones.
Free ringtones, really?
Yeah.
It has everything. It has wallpapers. It has fucking anything. I don't know.
Any paper you want.
Anything you want.
Housekeeping, if you're watching live, as you know, Friday night is Geek First night, and it's all
Get your
right.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Get your
So
kids.
whether you're watching right now or in the future, we'll let you know every once in a while. We may be a Thursday or a Saturday, but Friday night is when you want to come to YouTube and watch us all go down live. Next week, you're going to want to watch Geek Mania because we're announcing some of the tournament matches for our 24-hour stream. Sure. So there will be spoilers. You're going to find out who won matches. So this next week is your last chance. Go watch that. As I just said, our 24-hour stream, November 4th, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. PST on a Saturday, the first Saturday in November. We're gaming 24 hours. Like I said, there is a tournament where there's just lots of fun games we're playing. You can go to our Facebook and find the list of everything from the games we're playing to maybe kind of a tentative schedule and to our goal. Our goal is $500 to go towards BC Children's Hospital. If we hit that, we'll be very happy. But more importantly, Dylan Musk will shave his head live on the stream.
Yes.
You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I want to. If that weren't the case, I would have got a haircut already. So this is like a win-win for me.
But would you have shaved it bald though?
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
So anything else?
It's gonna be cold for winter.
Yeah, it's for
It's
the
gonna
kids.
be very cold, but I'll get a big toque.
That is a myth, actually, 100%, because it's much easier in the winter.
Kinetic
You don't got to worry
energy.
about your hair getting kinetic energy. Don't got to worry about your hair, but laying on a pillow, having showers with a bald head, greatest, maybe top 5 feelings in the world.
Right,
so.
but that kind of.
That's
Tyler said it's going to be cold in the winter.
Yeah, like his head.
And nothing you said.
Oh, not at all. No, I find if I have hair and I have a hood over it, opposed to a bald head with the hood over it, the bald head's warmer every time because that heat is protruding.
But we're not thinking about hoods or anything. Just like
I don't know. I don't know because
Alright.
the other
I
thing
mean,
is
look
your
at
hair will be
Harry
red.
at Home Alone. You know, he has a bald head in the winter, and he seems to just be big chilling.
Big chilling.
Alright.
So yes, anything will help. $1, $10, $50. Help us raise our goal from now until November 4th. Please
Yes.
go to Facebook, go anywhere. The link will be in the description.
Well, not
You can
anywhere,
donate.
but there's a list of various places.
Anywhere in our social media
There you
is
go.
all going toward BC Children's Hospital, so please help us out with that. We had a Saw retrospective drop the other day. We are finishing off all 4 of that coming out next. So we finished the first trilogy in November,
Yeah.
and then the remaining 4 coming out before Jigsaw, which I'm going to talk about later. But we got that. On Patreon, you got Saw episodes, you got Marvel retrospectives, you got Rod or Not.
Rod or not, 2.5, 1.5, whatever.
2.5.
Run
Has
into
anyone,
it.
have you guys seen it?
I did watch it, yeah.
I watched some of it.
Really?
Some of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it comes out November 1st.
Unless you're a Patreon subscriber or
Patreon
user, you
subscriber.
can get it there for just $1. Other than that, I don't think we have anything popping. I think next is all Saw retros, and we got just newscast next week. So let's get into the newscast this week. Let's start off with the biggest trailer that's been anticipated.
Is this a joke setup or is
I
this
was
actually a big
gonna.
trailer?
I was gonna. Blockers. No. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Let's start with you, Dylan, and Tyler,
Sure.
because me and Taylor did a reaction, so we won't retread the stuff. We will. We're gonna do some new situations in the galaxy. But what did you guys think? Because we actually haven't talked to you guys at all
Yeah,
about
I
anything.
think it's a pretty good trailer in terms of, like, you don't know exactly what's going on. I think it kind of sets up, like, you know, Rey might be bad, and I'm actually going to be quite disappointed if that isn't the case. So I think if this trailer's ambiguity is just to, you know, fucking disperse all this information and make it a big question mark, then that honestly could ding the movie for me. But I think in terms of, like, the shots, it's really well done. Like, that first shot with, like, the stormtroopers and, like, that black and red, like, I don't know, volcano, wherever the fuck they're in.
What is that place called again? It's like Cairv or Crab or something. It's like, I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And like when, you know, Kylo like picks up his lightsaber at the beginning, there's like the red background, and then it switches to Rey and it's like her with her lightsaber, and then it's like the blue sky in the background. Like it's shot very beautifully for sure, and you kind of get a glimpse of a bunch of different characters. So yeah, I think in terms of trailer, it's pretty good. It's not on the tier of like their, you know, Force Awakens trailer that we love so much and we've talked about it so much because you couldn't really tell anything that's going on. Obviously, it's a bit different because we already are in this story and it's in the second of this trilogy. But yeah, I thought it was a decent trailer, decently good trailer.
I thought it was pretty good. It was a good trailer, but not as good as some trailers I've seen. And I mean, as far as raising my excitement level, I was already super excited for this movie, so can't really say it just kind of kept it at a steady high.
Steady high.
A lot of the visuals were phenomenal, and it just made me. I guess I'm more excited to see some of the new places that they're going to show us. I love the visuals with like the AT-ATs and it's all the white ground, but then when like the dust gets blown up, it's all red. Looks really cool. I am on the same page as you as far as Rey being evil.
Yeah.
I really hope she does turn to the dark side for like a brief moment, or she stays dark and someone else has to come in and kill her or something in the third movie. I don't know where I'm going with that, but you know, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
Hit me up if you need any plans for the third movie, Abrams.
I think they got that. I'll talk to him about
We'll
it.
see.
Dinner.
Yeah, you know, give him my card.
Yeah.
Key first one, you know.
Mhm.
My number's on there. Probably not. Anyways, good trailer. Not a whole lot really that jumped out to me. One thing that I saw, the one shot we got of Chewie CGI didn't look that good.
Chewie?
Or whatever Wookiee's
Yeah,
in there.
Chewbacca.
I'm assuming it's Chewie.
I don't think he's CGI though.
I caught that too. It looked like
they have an actor in the suit.
It didn't look that good to me.
Oh. Okay.
Whether it was CGI or not, I didn't really like it. Yeah, it was good music. I don't know. Not a whole lot going on for me for the trailer.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of Star Wars one. I'm already excited.
Yeah, with you, like that was the only thing that kind of it like not for me. It wasn't bad, but it stood out. The fact that Chewbacca kind of had a different kind of look to him in that sense. But I absolutely love the trailer. I dissected and watched it I don't know how many times. I took the audio from that trailer and played it over the teaser trailer that they released a few months ago just to hear it, and like it was cool because it was probably just coincident, but it synced up at times. Like I was just
You
trying
sound
to
like a major stoner.
watching this trailer, I was like it was so good. I have all my notes here. I'm gonna let you go first before I start bringing up my notes, though.
Yeah, for me, I've talked about it already, but I love the trailer. I'm on the other route of I like it more than the Force Awakens ones because I talked about this with Taylor. If the nostalgia out of those trailers, they don't really do anything. They just kind of show you stuff going on. The second you know who those characters are, it works. But like the way we're going to talk about a bit later too, like I'd compare it to Blade Runner. I think those trailers don't really do anything for people that haven't seen Blade Runner because it's just like, oh, a bunch of random like people running and cool light stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
that's my only thing with Force Awakens. Where this was, to me, it was the perfectness of it gave us story, it gave us intrigue, and it gave us questions, but it didn't spoil too much because I don't think this is. Some people may worry about certain shots, and I get that, but Disney's pretty good with that. I don't count Spider-Man Homecoming because that was Sony that did the marketing. Look at Force Awakens, even Rogue One to extent. Like we didn't see like. Even after, you didn't see glimpses of the Vader, like, hallway scene. Like, the best stuff they hold close to the chest. They're smart, they're Disney, they know what they're doing. Yeah, with I love the trailer, just as many questions as posed. You got, like I said, in our reaction. Kyle possibly killing his mom is a huge, huge thing. I cannot wait. The biggest thing is I like that the trailer starts with Kylo and ends with Kylo, which I still think that could mean he's going to die. This is, like, the only franchise I can think that is really telling the story of a villain parallel to the hero at the same time. Like, usually you have a hero or a villain that's just flat out evil like a Vader, or you have, like, Anakin who's becoming that evil. This is somewhere in the middle, and I think that's always something for me that the prequels were missing, was the second Darth Vader is Darth Vader. It's like, oh, they're over, and, like, who knows? He's just fully bad now, right? Where either way, if Kylo's going back to good or going to bad, we're still seeing that transition happening, and he's easily, I think, after this movie, like, I'm going to be the really, like, I don't know, poser and just say that, like, I like him more than Vader. Like, there's just so much depth in with this and with the Rey stuff going on, and I mash it with the Snoke stuff because what you're bringing up, Tyler, there's no way Snoke is talking to Kylo in that trailer. He's talking to Rey 100%, and I think once he realizes that he's, like, this kind of a bitch boy, that he's not going to get thrown out. Like, Vader was fine being the bitch boy. He was, like, literally letting Luke try to kill him. You know, with this, Kylo a little more emotional. So I think his journey is going to be grand in this movie, and I'm very excited. And I have more, but I think they're more based around. Taylor has some notes and stuff to bring up, but I love the trailer. I hope, and so far it seems like this is the final trailer. I talked about this too. I love 2 trailers. That's it. You do not need a third one. You don't need to see any more. And I was someone that was, after past few months, being like, I don't know, like my hype for Stars is a little down because I didn't love Rogue One, all this controversy going on. And I didn't love the first teaser. I was like, oh, that was good, but this one I love, and I cannot wait. And Luke looking so scared, and Poe and Finn doing their own adventures. They're trying to take down the First Order, so everyone looks like they have something going on. So,
Someone's doing laundry.
oh,
Is that buzzing noise? Nothing I can do about that.
Okay, so Taylor, you take it. Taylor has a plethora of questions.
Yeah, they're a little disorganized, but I'm trying to keep it in order. So, like,
When did you make these notes?
Oh, as I would watch the trailer, like, over the days as they go by, I'd just be that catching.
So you would think,
You
like...
know, to be fair, I feel like notes for a trailer should maybe be disorganized.
I guess, but what if there's, like, all this about Kylo, put in that section, all this stuff about Rey, put in that section, but, you know, continue.
Did you guys catch the original AT-ATs at the beginning with the Gorilla Walkers?
Real good stuff.
Very good stuff.
Don't
What's
know
the point of
names,
having those
man.
in there and not
Seen
seeing the Gorilla Walkers?
Well, I feel... Because AT-ATs are, like, all-terrain armored transports.
Yeah.
The Gorilla Walkers look more like heavily armored, like, fighting, like, on that sense. So it looks like they're more...
So they're not
to dish
carrying
out damage.
troops more so.
Dish out damage.
I think they're more or less just there for transporting other stuff, because there wasn't a lot of them. It looked like they had the majority of them were Gorilla Walkers to dish out the damage.
It was just
so.
like...
Dish
I
out
thought I
damage.
only saw one AT-AT.
There are 2.
There were 2? Okay.
Yeah.
So how many of these notes are discussion pieces, and how
Oh,
many
there's
are
a
just
lot. That
Taylor
was just-
spouts out facts?
No,
about
that
Star
was
Wars?
just-
That was just his, like, I'm going to get these guys warmed up.
Yeah.
We're getting into the mood.
Okay, so I mean, you covered the fact that Snoke's dialogue was for Rey. That's 100%.
Well, it's
I
all
mean,
theory. It's all.
I
like-
have to agree with that.
I
I
would
think it's
agree
much
with
more
that.
likely he's talking about Rey.
And
rather
I take
than-
it the same way that Kylo, when he's talking about, like, oh, the past, you gotta kill it if you have to. I think 100% he's talking to Rey as well. Like, which we'll get into at the end there. I think the dynamic of who could turn good and who could turn bad is very fun. I'm the person that hashtag, what did I say? Dark Rey all day. That's my hashtag going on right now. I'm fine if she doesn't turn dark. I'm not the same as you guys where I'll ding it. I just want it to be done well, then whether she's good or bad. If she ends up being good, that's fine. And I think 99.9 she's gonna be good. That would be it would be a ballsy move, but it could be I don't know if Disney would make that move to take their main heroine. Right?
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I think Rogue One was a big opportunity for them to do something different and to make something more dark, like obviously with the story of all these characters who are eventually going to die. Like they really could have done something special with that and taken a different route, and they didn't.
No.
And
that's why
so I don't have huge faith that they will. And I think for me, even if Rey does turn evil, it'll be just temporary. Whereas I would love to see them go out on a limb and make her evil, and that stay between this movie and the next one. Like make her stay as a bad guy. I think that'd be, I don't know, it'd be something unexpected for me. Even though I'm asking for it right now, I still think it would be unexpected.
My theory is in that scene, because I know you're going to get to that scene, but if they are talking to each other, my theory is she's just using him to get to Snoke, and like, I'm not really joining you guys, I'm just here. My whole theory is that's what she uses him, gets to Snoke, and while Snoke's doing that little choking thing, that's when Luke shows up to kick ass, because we didn't see Luke with a lightsaber at all. So that to me is, I think, 100% what happens. Right. I hope I'm wrong, but I have another question to pose, but what do you...
Well, in regards to that, I feel like it's just... I mean, all I've done is play, like, you look at the Rogue One trailer and the ending with Jyn Erso in the Imperial armor, they were playing it on there, like, oh, maybe she's turning sides, like, and even...
I didn't get that at all. I just got that she was undercover like every other Star Wars movie.
Then,
Finn at this one, people are stupid. They're like, why is Finn looks like he's a lieutenant now? Like, no he's clearly infiltrated this
disguise robe.
Yeah, so. And, like, Jin's the same thing. I never saw them, like, Jin's turning bad. I didn't get that from her.
Because that was the thing that they were implying with the dialogue there. And then, like, even with Finn, I know, like, a lot of people probably weren't expecting, and you did your research, and you knew from the get-go, like, Finn's probably not a Jedi, it's someone else.
I didn't do my research, it was a prediction. What was the research I could have done on Force Awakens?
I thought you did some research into that. That's
no! Yeah, I phoned my reps at Disney and be like, hey man,
you're the one who talks to JJ, not me.
That's true, but I don't want to reveal my sources.
But I at the end of the day, like,
revealed that JJ is a source for a lot of information.
He's a friend, he's not a source.
Oh, okay.
Before you go on that, because we're still in that scene, the Kylo and Rey scene. Do you guys? Because some people take it the other way, that that's not her turning bad; it's him turning good. How do you guys feel on that spectrum?
Interesting.
This is something I fought back and forth about on Kylo.
Feels weird.
After Force Awakens, I was like, I would not want it 100%. Vader turns bad or he turns good, but I still don't want it, but if it could be done... I
don't see how that dialogue leads to him turning good, though. Because she's trying to find her place. Like, I'm trying to find my place in all this. How does that translate to inviting Kylo Ren to the lightsaber?
They'd really have to They'd really have to.
It'd be a huge misdirect.
Because I think the trailer could do that. My hope is that Luke doesn't end up training her, and he finds out that Snoke is just using him. My hope is that Ren actually saves Rey in that scene where she's getting choked. And I have some fantasy, not about them getting it on, a fantasy about her being a Jedi and him being like a Sith, the bad guy, and them working together to bring balance to the Force in a way of like, I want him to.
Pretty cool.
I don't want him to be good. I want him to be like Loki, where it's like he's bad, but he's always kind of like teetering on the like he could come back and do good stuff. But then right when you least expect it, he's like, oh, but I'm still bad. You know, like that's what I'd want Kylo to be. Actually, I don't want to do the full like white robes and like, oh, mommy, I love you. I want him to always be like that outsider and help them out. Like that's my hope, is that them teaming up to form some like unholy union to take out Snoke or something like that. Yeah, but
do you think Snoke will be like taken out in this movie?
No, I think he could be hurt, but I think he'll get away in some sort of ship. They always get away in a ship
pod.
Yeah, Snoke escape.
It's the big red button.
Yeah. Just
that end scene when Rey was talking, because there's an echo to her voice, implying that she's okay.
How did you pick up on that? How many times did you watch this?
Wait, what does it imply, sir?
It's echoing, which implies that she's probably in the cave talking to Luke, when Luke says in the other trailer that this, like, the Jedi must end.
It shows her in a cave in this trailer.
No, like at the end when she's talking apparently to Kylo.
I don't think there's an echo.
There is an echo.
But no. I didn't say is there. I said I don't think. That's my opinion. No.
I'm gonna get your reaction on it because you'll hear the echo. But that's another thing too. Like with the ash and the falling.
This guy's listened to the trailer 100 times.
I have, and I'm not the only one who's caught the echo either.
But here's the thing: you're like, oh, that can't be Kylo. Kylo doesn't speak in that scene. So even if
I know, but then
cave,
when you look at the background scene too, why is there all the burning fire and debris falling from the sky behind him when Rey doesn't have anything like that?
Why is Rey's face lit?
Yeah, but that could be a fire or something.
That could also be those debris, right?
It could be, but there would be debris behind her. It just doesn't.
No, it doesn't. If there's a car accident behind me, just because it's behind me doesn't mean it's also behind Dylan.
Yeah, this isn't a car accident. This
no.
is...
He lets like
Oh,
a
my
ship just
goodness.
exploded behind Kylo, and it's starting to fall. It hasn't even made way to Rey. Like, wind works in
She's
tricky
within
ways.
hand distance, though. That's what the scene's
How do you
portraying.
know?
Because he reaches his hand
Yeah,
like
but he
this.
could be reaching out and then she has to take like
Yeah.
5 steps toward him.
Or maybe they're
The
just
debris would still be
maybe they're
there,
just
though.
holding hands through the
No.
Force.
I don't know. That's
It's a
just
very-
I'm
Okay,
not
This is
saying
why
that.
we started Cantina Conversations, because I could not take this if this was every fucking week.
Let me get your guys'
Have a
opinion.
go,
Flat
Nas.
out, do you guys think that scene at the end is actually happening, or do you think that's a misdirect? Like,
I
we're talking
think-
about possibilities, but do you think that's a real thing?
I think it could be either or.
Well, no,
I don't
I don't
think
want
there's
50%.
any like trailers coming up with all this evidence.
Mumbo jumbo.
We'll say as
Yeah.
to why it's got different scenes. I think you could argue either way.
Mhm.
So
Answer the question.
obviously
nerd.
the trailer it makes. I don't think it's a misdirect.
Okay.
But I'm very. If I had to answer it right now, but I don't really. I'm not going to give it that much thought because I think they can do anything they want with that.
Yeah.
And like it could very easily be misdirect. It's very well shot in that way and then put together that like it could very well be the same scene. It could very well not be the same scene. So it's hard to make a judgment on it.
I will predict that is not in the movie, as it is shown in the trailer.
Either of those scenes, it's just they just shot it for the trailer. Yeah.
Just trailer.
They either switch the audio, or maybe there's a mirror effect, and
They
Kylo
added
actually
in
holds
an
his hand
echo
out the
for
other
the
way.
trailer
Echo.
only just to throw you off.
I'm gonna make that like you got your Travis told you so. Like this, I'm gonna stand by this.
Okay, what
There's
is
no
your official
so
prediction then?
at the end of it.
My official prediction is that she's talking to Luke, and that Luke is just on the fence after seeing what she's capable of, and is just turning her down.
Okay, I'm still gonna go with that scene exists. I think the shots could be differently. I just think the misdirect is her turning bad. I think that is the intrigue. It's the same way last whatever trailer when Luke's like the Jedi need to end. To me, that's a misdirect where it's like, to me, they're not ending. So I think they're in some sort of scene together. The shots may be a bit different, but I still think that is the case. And before you continue, the other misdirect that people have been talking about is the Ren and Leia thing. Do you think that is something that is truly happening? Do you think that's how she meets her end? Or what do you feel? Because that's the other one everyone's been like, oh, is that a real scene or is that
It's
trailer?
very interesting.
Mhm.
One thing that's interesting is the way the trailer is cut for that one is it shows Kylo going towards the hangar, like in the ship, almost.